What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Introvert Gaming here, and today we're going to be back on Paragon, my one true love and joy, the game I love to play every single day. And today we're going to be going over this sexy beast here, Muriel. As requested in the comments, they wanted a deck and guide for Muriel, so here we are, making a deck and guide for Muriel. Let's take a look at her abilities real fast. She has Orb. Basic ranged attack dealing 35 energy damage. Okay, this is your basic attack. Not really relying on auto attacks for Muriel. Alright, so her first ability we're going to be going over is Alacrity, or Alacrity. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. I'm really sorry if I'm butchering that name. I apologize. Skill Shot Orb that applies a 60% shield and 110% max movement speed to the first ally hero that touches it. Speed boost lasts 2 seconds. This is an extremely phenomenal ability for getting a teammate that has no escapes out of a bad situation, or any teammate out of a bad situation. It gives them a shield and 110 max movement speed. Really good ability, but it is a skill shot. You have to land it. It's your right click. Her next ability is Serenity. Muriel fires a projectile that passes through enemy minions and stops if it hits an enemy hero. Both receive 75 energy damage, and a negative 100 max movement speed is applied for the hero for 4 seconds. This is really good. This is her only offensive ability, you could say. The only thing that really is good out of this is her slow. This is also going to help teammates get away or catch up if you land this slow, and it has a longer range, I'm pretty sure, than basic attacks. Really good ability. This is your Q. Alright, her next abilities are E, Concentrated Ground. Extremely good ability. Muriel, if you guys already haven't noticed already by how much I'm fanboying Muriel, extremely good hero. She is in a really good spot right now. She can change the way team fights go, but like so much. A good Muriel can win the game 110%. If she knows what she's doing, and if she lands her ults and all of her abilities, it's game. Like, extremely, she has the way to change the tide of the battle easily. So Concentrated Ground. Muriel applies an AoE bubble that applies 100 damage shield to allies and 60% energy damage. Alright, so Concentrated Ground. Muriel deploys an AoE bubble that applies 100 physical shields to allies and does 60 energy damage to enemies touching it when it pops. Really good offensive and defensive ability. And then her ultimate. What makes Muriel Muriel? Reversal of Fortune. Muriel flies to a targeted ally anywhere on the map. That's right, anywhere, globally. The ally instantly receives a small shield, and upon arrival, all allies receive a 350 physical shield, and enemy heroes are knocked up. Huge, huge ultimate. Game-changing. Just an all-around, really well-made hero. Really good support. So with that being said, let's just get into her deck real fast. So as you can see here, she has 5% attack damage, which doesn't mean shit on Muriel. You're looking for straight defense and straight utility. So let's click in. So you want to start the game off with 1 health pot and 2 mana potions. Until you get your cooldown reduction up, you're going to want to run mana. She burns through her abilities really fast, as most casters do early game. She's classified as a caster or support. You want to have the mana, you want to be shielding your teammates as much as possible. Blah blah blah. And before we go any farther, you want to pick the Centurion. Obviously, you want to be tanky late game. You're not going to be dealing any damage. You're going to want the extra 1,000. So the first card we're going to be going over, and the first card you want to slot in the game, is Lord's Ward. As I've said in my previous videos, and as I will say in all my videos, you want vision. You want wards. No matter what class you are, you need wards. The higher up ELO you get, and the more competitive the game gets for you, the more you're going to have to rely on wards. Guys, always get wards. Always. I'm probably going to be releasing a beginner's guide tutorial for Paragon players in the future. Maybe within the next couple weeks or month or so as I progress the channel. But guys, the first point I can bring up is please equip wards. They're so important. So you're going to want to get the Lord's Ward. It's going to give you 75 energy damage, 100 health, and 2.5 cooldown reduction. You're going to want to slot in health, 2 points, regular health, a regular Crono, a 5 reduction cooldown, and a pure mana. So this is going to give you health, chrono, and mana all in one card. Extremely good card. Equip this right away. And I will be showing you guys this in game as well. The next card we're going to be going over is the Pendulum of Lords. Gives you 75 mana, 100 health, and 2.5 cooldown reduction. You're going to slot this with 2 regular manas for additional 4 points and 1 regular health. And as a result, you're going to get an additional 2.5 cooldown reduction. And you want cooldown reduction on Muriel. You absolutely need it. You want to be shielding your teammates as much as possible. You want that ultimate up fast. You want that ultimate up to save your teammates and turn the tide of what's going on. So you want to get this as your second card. Your third card is going to be Honor of the Pure. Now, if you guys don't have this, just build a regular health card, okay? You can build like Elder Mage Amulet. This is also a really good health item, but this item is exceptional due to the fact that it has a unique active. So let's go over the card first. It gives you 100 health, 75 mana, nothing extraordinary, right? You're going to want to slot in 3 regular healths in that for a total of a lot of health. For a total of 700 health. But if we look, Honor of the Pure is an active. So when you click that active, it's going to shield yourself and allies for 5 seconds, absorbing up to 50 and plus times 10 player damage. Cooldown reduction 120 seconds. So let's look at the active real fast, guys. It provides a shield for yourself and nearby allies for 5 seconds, absorbing up to 50 plus 10 times player level damage. Cooldown 120 seconds. Exceptional card. She already has a shit ton of shields as it is, right? So with this comboing, it's a very, very good combination. Just so you can provide more shield and more health to your allies. Alright guys, so the next card we're going to be looking over, and this is also very optional in your deck, okay? You can choose this over Honor the Pure if you don't have Honor the Pure. This is also an extremely, really good card. It's called Circlet of the Health. You can slot this with 2 manas and 1 advanced mana. Okay, this isn't going to give you the health you need, but it will give you... Where is it? Where did I just slot it? It will give you a unique passive, which grants you 4.2 health to regen to nearby allies. This can be very good early to mid game. It's really optional, up to you guys. It's your pick. You can either do Circlet of the Health or Honor of the Pure. They're the same points, but it's really situational and it's up to you which to pick. Me personally, I would go with Honor of the Pure. Alright, the next 2 cards we're going to be going over are the same things pretty much. They're just vice versa. Tempered Plate and Toon Barrier. So with the Tempered Plate, we're going to be slotting in 1 Divine Guard and 2 regular guards. Okay, this is going to be your defense for physical damage heroes. Same for Toon Barrier. 1 Beta Barrier or 1 Greater Barrier if you don't have the Beta, and 2 regular barriers. Okay, this is going to provide you the late game defense you need. And right now, within the current meta, I've discussed this in my previous video too, talking about my opinions on the current patch of the game and the current state of the game. It's a very armor heavy meta right now. All classes are building armor, and the reason for that is because they tacked down attack speed and attack damage, right? But they didn't reduce armor, which was not a smart play on Epic's part. So everyone and their mother is building armor. But even without this whole meta of building armor, you would still want to build armor on Muriel, just because she's a support and she relies heavily on her abilities and on her shields. And the last card we're going to be going over is Elysian, am I saying that right? Elysian Diamond. You're going to slot that with 1 greater health, 1 greater advanced spark, and 1 regular cast. So this is going to give you energy damage, which you don't really need that much. It's going to give you mana regen, which is really good. And that's why we're putting in the advanced spark. And it's going to give you 100 health plus an additional 100 health when fully upgraded. Really good card. Really worth it. Let's go over one more time what to slot, when to slot it, and how to slot it. So you enter the game, you're going to slot in 1 health potion, 2 regular mana potions. This is going to give you the early game mana you need to stay out in the field a little bit longer and get your points a little bit longer and last longer. The first card we're going to get as an all decks is our ward called Lord's Ward. 1 greater health, 1 chrono, 1 pure mana. This is going to give you mana, chrono, and health all in one, and a little bit of cooldown reduction. The next card we're going to be building is Pendulum of the Lord. We're going to slot in 2 regular manas and 1 health. This is going to give you health, mana, cooldown reduction, more cooldown reduction, and more health. The next card we're going to pick is Honor of the Pure. We're going to do, it's 4 points. It's going to give you health, 75 mana, and we're going to slot it with 3 regular healths. And this is going to give you an active to shield your nearby allies for 6 seconds. Really good card. Would suggest equipping it in this deck. And if you don't have that, you can slot in Circlet of the Health, slot in 2 regular manas and 1 advanced mana to give you additional healing for yourself and your team. Another really good card if you don't have it, Honor of the Pure. You can switch him out or vice versa. It's all situational. The next 2 cards we're going to be slotting is Tempered Plate, Toon Barrier, each with a greater or Divine Guard and 2 regular guards, and same for Toon Barrier. Beta Barrier, 2 regular barriers. And our endgame card, Elysian Diamond. We're going to slide in 1 greater health, 1 advanced spark, and 1 cast. It's going to give you energy damage, mana regen, and 100 health, and additional 100 health when upgraded. So let's look at the deck one more time. We're going to have 50 defense with this, and 40 utility, which is really, really good. Really good deck. I'll be right back, guys. We're going to hop right into the game. Really good deck, guys. We suggest building it in a similar fashion if you don't have the cards I have. You want to be building tanky. You want to have utility. You want to be helping your teammates out as much as possible. So with that being said, guys, let's just hop right into the game, and I will see you guys in a minute. Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I thought we would be doing something a little bit different than we usually do. Usually I go through a full commentary and gameplay of the entire match, but this match in particular was super frustrating, and it lasted over an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. So today I thought we'd just cut up a couple parts of the entire gameplay into maybe 15 minutes and make something out of this that's a little bit more action-packed and more entertaining than what a 2-hour match would be in Paragon. So I cut it up into 6 or 7 parts on what to do with Muriel, what not to do with Muriel, and we're going to start off with this. So here I am in jungle. With Muriel, you always want to be in team fights. You want to be in the middle as much as possible. So I'm going to come up, I see that he's ulting, I see that everyone's starting to ult. I'm going to throw up a shield. I'm going to immediately ult our Grux to see if I can save him. I'm going to come down on him. He's going to end up dying anyways, but I am going to try to save him as much as I can. I get ulted, and they start to turn the battle of this. The other team ends up winning this game, guys. It was a very long and excruciating match. I'm not kidding when I say that this game was almost 2 hours long. The longest match I've ever had in Paragon. What are the odds that I picked to record and it's 2 hours long? So anyways, let's get into this next part of the video. It's going to cut, and this is what you want to do with Muriel in case you get surrounded. You can use your ult as an escape, right? So here I am trying to get out of everyone's ultimate. They all ult me right here. I'm immediately going to my ult and ult on someone safe outside of that mess. That's going to get me to safety and let me live another day in Paragon, and that's what you want to do with Muriel. So we're going to be cutting to this next video here, and this is what you don't want to be doing with Muriel. So I see them approaching me, their entire team. As you can see, they've been death balling this entire time. I immediately try to ult just like last time, but he roots me. So that's a very important tip you guys want to keep in play here. You can get rooted out of your ultimate, and that's going to lead to my death here. Very unfortunate. I get ulted by all of them. Pretty much just a 5v1, but there's nothing I could really do. He stopped me from ulting. Let's cut to the next video. So here we are. Wow, I just squeaked so bad right there. Here we are assisting teammates. I have a Clawyer right here. Faye ults, Steel ults, ulting above us with Gideon. All of us. I try to ult immediately, save the person in the middle of that, but I couldn't get to him. I ulted the wrong person, and I immediately start to back up. Distance and spacing in Paragon is extremely important, and you need to know when to engage and when not to engage. I see that Clary is going to die. She gets ulted. I go immediately back into our jungle, taking the safe route to back my teammates. We're down 2 on top of all 5 of them. We lost another one, our Grux. I'm going to take the safe route through our jungle all the way back up into our base to try to defend this push. It is now a 2v5, and we are not going to win this, guys. But we try to keep this off for as much as possible. I try to support our Guineas as much as I can. I'm not dealing in nearly enough damage to do anything to these guys, but honestly, I'm just trying to stop this push for as much as possible. They are going to end up pushing into this lane. We're going to keep them out for as long as we can, but it's not going to work. As you can see, they're going to dive this tower any minute now. And while this is happening, guys, I just want to give out a huge thanks to everyone that supported me and subscribed to me these last couple weeks. The channel is fairly new, and I just want to give out a huge thanks, especially for my Rampage video of hitting almost 200 views in less than 2 weeks. It's just really impressive. So I can't thank you guys enough, and I want to make this my career, and I just want to thank you guys so much, and hopefully we can grow. So it is currently me versus their entire team defending my inhibitor. Obviously, this isn't going to work, guys. Steel and the Fae ulted again with a very deadly combo. I try to get to the shield, and I get ulted and died. Not the best case scenario, but they're very coordinated. And it was, like I said, it was just a painful match to be in. So here we are. I cut to the next video. This is one of our last videos. I tried to keep this video short and sweet since the match lasted so long. We're going to be pushing back up. We grabbed Prime, and we got our inhibitor back. That's why, if you're asking why we have our inhibitor back up, we grabbed Prime. So we have this team engagement here. I'm going to try to back up because I see a lot of them grouped up. They've always been grouped this entire match, so I tried to avoid them. I'm going to try to support our Gideon. Faye ults again, and Steel wasn't there to back him up. Okay, Steel was there. Sorry, I'm kind of commentating on this at live, so something I've never done before. So we lost Gideon out of that encounter. I try to back up, supporting our Grux as Chimera pushes towards him. I immediately go up to ult and try to save our Gideon, and it looks like we're engaging on that pretty heavily. But honestly, they were definitely more coordinated and ahead of us at this time, so I was just trying to keep them off of us. So we ended up getting that kill. I think I actually got that kill. We started to push back a little bit. Steel almost dies. I chase him into the jungle here, and I end up wrapping this kill up as well, and then we try to counter push this. Not really working that well, but we're going to try to continue to push, and it's going to ultimately end up to our demise because we still end up losing this match. All in all, it was a really intense match, but it was super frustrating. As you see, I boosted Clary there. That's what you want to do with your right click. I'm not sure what button it does in PS4, but you want to boost your teammates and get them to where they need to be and give them that shield. I collect blue buff because that's extremely important for Muriel. We continue to push the inhibitor. I back because I was low on resources and I couldn't really do anything. I checked the scoreboard, and I continue to try to defend our core because it is down our right inhibitor and I have to defend. Gideon also joins me, as we can kind of see that this is going to be the wrap up to the game. Super long game. This is something I haven't really done before, guys. Usually I just commentate live over my games, but this was a very long match, so I thought I'd do this instead and cut out some parts that were really interesting and action-packed. So we're continuing to defend core. We're going to push up to the inhibitor right here, as they are going to group push this and end up taking this inhibitor. We try to keep minions out for as long as we can, but they have Orb Prime, making them extremely powerful and us defenseless, as we are down one person as it is. So we try to keep minions out. I try to punish Grim just a little bit. Not really working that much. But as you can see, they're getting ready to dive, so I get ready to leave as fast as I can. They've already taken most of it. It's down. I immediately speed boost out of there. Faye ults and Gideon ults, and then I immediately ult out as an escape. You could definitely use Muriel as an escape for her ultimate. Very, very important tip. This is where the match ends, guys. We end up surrendering right here. I think they just end up taking core. Yeah, they just end up taking core. But thanks for watching, guys. I really want to appreciate everything that you guys have done for me so far. It's unfortunate that we didn't get the win out of this match, but it still was a very fun match nonetheless. And this has been Introvert Gaming, and I will see you guys the next time.
Make sure to like and subscribe down below. Peace!